two, three.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. It don't mean a thing, all you got to do is swing. Makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just give that rhythm everything you got. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just give that rhythm everything you got. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
That was a Duke Ellington composition entitled It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing. And that is the singular truth of jazz music. If it's not swinging, it's just not worth hearing. Now you figure something that important would be very easy to identify, but that's just not the case with swinging. Well, what exactly is swing? Some people think of it as music of a particular era. They fondly remember the great swing bands from the 1930s and 40s, Glenn Miller, Benny Goodman, Tommy Dorsey, traveling all over the country in those uncomfortable buses and not getting paid anything. Well, you could also think of swing as a verb, like Let's Swing On by Alice Tully Hall and listen to Michelle and them. Or it could be an adjective. I feel like hearing some good, hot, sweet swing music. Or it could be a noun. Swing feels good. And all of these things would be right. Swing is all of these. But the question is, how do you know whether some music is swinging or not? And if it is swinging, how hard? Trying to figure out degrees of swing is like trying to figure out how well you're getting along with someone in your family. You could always be doing better, but you could always be doing a whole lot worse. It's much easier to discuss musical components of swing. The basic rhythm of any swinging music is the shuffle. If you play the shuffle with enough intensity, it makes you feel like dancing. And if it makes you feel like dancing, it's swinging. Let's remember the words in Duke Ellington's song. Makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just give that rhythm everything you've got. That's what you have to do to swing. You can't be lazy with that shuffle rhythm. You have to hustle, hustle, hustle. Let's learn the shuffle rhythm. 1, 2, 3.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
Let's hear the saxophones interpret the shuffle rhythm in Fletcher Henderson's arrangement of the King Porter Stomp. After we establish a good shuffle, we start to play different rhythms that bounce off, around, and through the basic feeling. This is when swinging becomes more difficult, because like dancing, the more you play around with the beat, the easier it is to lose the groove. it's important to stay coordinated as you make up all this new music. We're going to hear a section of the King Porter Stomp with an improvised solo by Mr. Ryan Kaiser. Notice how he plays different rhythms, but all inside of the shuffle feel. In jazz, we almost always are swinging with other people. So you have to be coordinated with yourself and with the shuffling of other people, each of whom feels the shuffle in a totally different place. Now, what makes that even more difficult is that once you get in sync with the other musicians, you have to remain in sync with them. Everyone has to maintain the coordination, the equilibrium, in order to swing hard. Now I want you all to listen to this passage from King Porter Stomp. Notice all of the different rhythms. How the whole band plays together and has to stay together. So you see, putting all these rhythms together and working with each other requires what we call a flexible attitude. You have to be able to go with the flow without losing your concentration. I know you all know about that because it's exactly like living with your family. You could fight over almost anything. What TV show to watch, who sits in the front seat of the car, who took the last popsicle or hot dog. But in order to swing, you must happily give up that front seat and trust that sooner or later, what you want is going to be addressed. It's like the old adage, to serve is to be served. Because jazz musicians improvise, it's hard to connect with other members of the band. You don't know what they're going to play, and you're trying to figure out what you're playing. Nothing is written out. In order to swing, you have to choose to play with and listen to others very, very closely. Listen to how we all try to play inside of the same shuffle and how all of the rhythms interact. Check out the to and fro of it all, the give and take, swing. This is King Porter Stomp. After we coordinate ourselves with other musicians, the next question is, can we execute some really difficult rhythms and stay in the groove? These rhythms are called syncopations. Jazz musicians love to syncopate because the unexpected rhythms challenge the steady rocking of the beat. And only through a superior sense of balance can we return to the groove. It's just like dancing. The more difficult and intricate the step, the harder it is to maintain your place in the groove and on your feet. Now I'm going to show you all how to challenge the time. Let's say we're in 3/4 and we count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like a waltz. Let's clap and count on every beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now let's count 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Let's try it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now we're going to count again, but every time we say and, we're going to clap. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now that and is called an offbeat, and accenting the offbeat is one great way to syncopate. Let's check out another one. In this example, the drums will play in 3 and the brass will play in 2 at the same time. The two rhythms pull against each other. Then it's resolved and everyone returns to 3. This is a nice syncopation from Duke Ellington's Paris Stairs. Now we're going to play this entire composition. I want you to listen for the offbeat and for groupings of 2 against the basic 3 beats of this waltz.